University of Utah, we're coming for you. Hi, my name's Ian, and I spent my afternoon walking around Salt Lake City asking people to convince me to read their favorite books. Man, I love this challenge. What is it?
Dry by Neil Shusterman.
Neil Shusterman, okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Of course.
First one down. No? All right.
I don't think I got one, man.
Silent Patient. Perfect. Man, I love this challenge. Convince me to read your favorite book. Oh, yeah. Yes, for real? It's good. Okay, cool. Thank you. Good, man. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
Ian. What's yours?
Seth.
Seth, nice to meet you.
Read the book called The Inventions of Hugo Cabaret.
Inventions of Hugo Cabaret.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. What genre, what author, what you got?
I have no idea. I read it in like second grade.
Okay.
And at the time, I struggled a lot with reading because
Okay.
like, there was like no pictures, so there was like no glue to like the material,
Okay.
and there's like a lot of like high detailed like drawings in it.
Nice.
And the story's nice, and like I just like that. And
Okay.
It was like set in like winter in Paris, in France.
Dude, sweet.
So I like that, but
All right. So it stuck with you this whole time.
it stuck with me this whole time.
That's amazing. All right. Well, thank you
Cool.
so much.
Have a good day.
You too. Convince me to read your favorite book. Be safe out there. Convince me to read your favorite book. Any takers? Convince me to read your favorite book. Ladies, any takers? 60 seconds. Convince me. Convince me to read your favorite book. Gentlemen?
I don't read books that much.
You're in college. What are you talking about? Come on, college students, you read. All right, step on in. Convince me to read your favorite book. What's your name?
My name's Yasmin.
My name's Ian. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
I have to pick which one's my favorite book. Okay, so I just read, it's called If We Were Villains by M.L.R. Rio.
Yes, okay.
Have you heard of
I
it?
have heard of it, yes.
Okay, so it's a Shakespeare Conservatory Dark Academia. It's about 7 actors. Oh, it's so good. I'm a theater major as well, so
Oh,
I love
perfect.
it. It's about 7 actors who are seniors, and they have, each year they have to go through, and if they don't make it, they get cut. So it's their
Okay.
senior year, and it's all about method acting. And so it's just like the roles that they get cast as, they bleed into their real lives. So they start kind
Oh.
of participating in the same actions and the way their characters act.
Okay.
So it's also a murder mystery. So someone dies and someone kills them. So you have to figure out who's who. So it goes back and forth between the present and the past. And the Shakespearean plays that the author uses parallels the lives of the actors so well. It's gorgeous. It's one of my favorite books. Like I've read it like 3 times and annotated it.
You had me murder mystery, honestly.
Yes, no, it's so good.
Thank you
It goes,
so
of
much.
Course. Wait, I want to take a picture. Wait. This
Absolutely.
is awesome. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, have a great day. Convince me to read your favorite book. Anybody? Talking about books. No? Convince me to read your favorite book.
I low-key don't know if I have a favorite book,
Okay.
but I'll convince you to read a book.
What you got?
Is that chillin'? Ugh,
Yeah,
wait, I
please.
actually need to think about this
Yeah?
for a second.
What's your name, by the way?
I'm Greta.
Greta, nice to meet you. I'm Ian.
Ian, okay, nice to meet
Yeah.
you. The Metamorphosis, have you already read it?
Ooh, by Kafka?
Yeah.
I haven't read a single thing by Kafka.
Okay, so you should read The Metamorphosis because I used to read so much when I was younger, right?
Uh-huh.
And I fell off in high school. I like stopped reading because obviously I'm like doom scrolling on my phone. And I had to read that book for class and it got me back into reading. Like that
Really?
book got me back into reading. It's so good.
So what was it about that book that drew your eye, or what made you want to pick it up?
My teacher made me. So my teacher made me, but I like actually read it for class. So what
Really?
made me actually read it instead of just skimping out was low-key, I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but this one had a cool cover of like the beetle that the guy turns into.
Yeah.
And it's just like kind of weird. The book does a really good job at like creating an atmosphere. I don't even remember necessarily what happens super well, but I just remember enjoying it a lot. So you should definitely read it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, yeah.
Is it on? Ooh, could you imagine? Convince me to read your favorite book. You guys read? No books? Come on. Convince me to read your favorite book? You're a reader, I can tell. What you got?
Do you know writer Ted Chiang?
No.
He's a kind of a science fiction writer.
Okay, perfect.
There's a book. I know it's a translated version's title. Was it Breath?
Breath.
It's kind of like lots of shorts combined together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of good.
Like short stories.
Other short stories. other short story that I want to recommend is like The Road Not Taken. It's not a poem.
Yeah, so it's not the Robert Frost poem. It's
It's not another
okay.
poem. It is also a science fiction.
Okay.
About alien invading theirs.
No way? Okay, we love that.
I can elaborate more, but it's gonna be a spoiler, so I'm gonna stop here.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
All right.
Have a good day.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What you got? All right. I just went on somebody's socials. Convince me to read your favorite. Dang it! No, have fun at class though. Oh wait, really? All right. What's your name?
Ann Jameson.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ian.
Hi, Ian. I want to suggest that you right now read everything by Franz Kafka.
A young lady just recommended The Metamorphosis to us.
Oh, yes.
So,
Well, I would also recommend The Castle and the Trial, and The Penal Colony is like
Okay.
top one.
perfect.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much. Have a great time at class. You read your favorite book?
Oh, I don't have a favorite book.
Do you not?
No, I don't read.
Oh no. Well, that's okay.
Okay.
That's totally okay. You have a great day. Convince me to read your favorite book. You know, the rejection doesn't feel so bad. What you got?
My favorite book is St. Augustine's Confessions. Have you read that?
I own it, but I've never read it.
Well, that's a pretty good reason to read it if you own it.
Honestly, true.
right,
What made you want to read Augustine?
I had to read it for a class, and honestly, although it's kind of a difficult read because of how old it was,
Yeah.
the way the professor walked us through it was really, really engaging, and
Amazing.
I've loved it ever since. It's my favorite book. So,
Amazing. What's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew, I'm Ian.
Nice to meet
Thank you
you.
so much.
Yeah, definitely got to read it.
Scooters! Love me a good scooter. Be safe out there. Convince me to read your favorite book. Convince me to read your favorite book.
I don't have a favorite, but I actually came back.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
I remember your face. All right, what's your name?
Elia.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Nice to
Ian.
meet you too, Ian.
What you got?
Okay, I was torn between two. I don't have a favorite, and I'm not good at convincing.
Okay.
But I was gonna say one I read recently was The Housemaid.
The Housemaid, Frida McFadden?
It's just about a bunch of psycho people. A book has never made me more mad in my life,
Oh, why'd you make you mad?
just because they were just rude. They were rude. And you just kind of question everything after that. You're like, is this real? The other one I was gonna say is The Selection, because I don't know if you've read that. You probably have.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks for coming back.
What do I need to do?
You just need to convince me to read your favorite book. 60 seconds.
My favorite book is Count of Monte Cristo.
Is it really?
By Alexander Dumas, pretty good author and favorite author. That's all I got, man. She's pretty good.
Hey man, that's great. Thank you so
Have a
much.
nice day.
You too. By the way, if you haven't gone and seen my Count of Monte Cristo 50-hour reading challenge, go check that out right now. Link in description. Editing Ian, you know what to do. Oh. Convince me to read your favorite book. Shooba-dooba-dooba-doo. You guys read?
Yeah.
What you got? Convince me to read your favorite book, man. Oh, I love the Bible.
Yeah, so I already convinced you. Right?
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
Is there like a prize money with it? Yeah.
No, unfortunately. I mean, it's going on YouTube. Convince me to read your favorite book. Alrighty. Man, that is a tall building. Convince me to read your favorite book. What? Convince me to read your favorite book. Yeah, what you got?
There's one that it's a good idea.
Okay, it's called The Good Idea?
Yeah, it's about mystery.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Convince me to read your favorite book?
I mean, we just read a book for book club.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
What was it?
I Who Have Never Known Men.
I Who Have Never Known a Man.
Yeah. Based in the 90s, dystopian.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so it's fiction. Good.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Or A Little Life, if you've read that one.
I see it on the shelves all the
It's
time.
Devastating.
Oh, really?
It
That's
took
what
me
I...
forever to get through it because I was just like so sad.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Salt Lake City. Let me see your hands. Convince me to read your favorite book. All right, sir. What's your name?
Christian.
Christian. I'm Ian. Nice to meet you.
All right.
What you got?
Lord Foulsbane, Stephen R. Donaldson.
Okay.
It's a picture in your mind's eye, Tolkien on steroids.
Oh,
and you
wow.
got an idea of what I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Donaldson wrote 10 books on this character, Thomas Covenant, the Unbeliever.
Okay.
Book 1 is Lord Foulsbane.
All
If
right.
they started making movies, they have a blockbuster for 10 consecutive years
Really?
with this series.
Amazing. Okay.
So the big bad in the land in Lord Foulsbane would whoop the out of Sauron. His army would ruthlessly dismantle even the Uruk-hai.
Really?
and he worked bands.
Okay, so this is a fantasy series.
Yeah, and it's just mind-blowing how evil he gets in the second trilogy. It would blow your mind if you liked Tolkien and you
Absolutely.
liked The Lord of the Rings. He's got something in every manifestation that'll blow your mind.
You've got me convinced, sir. Thank you so much. Dude, fantasy? Give me that all day. This is a bank? Oh, wow. Convince me to read your favorite book. What you got? What you got?
Harry Potter, I guess.
Oh, love it. Love it to death.
I mean, I don't know how to convince you. It's Harry Potter. Everybody loves Harry Potter.
No, honestly, that's all it needs. Convince me to read your favorite book. Yeah, what you got?
I do not have a favorite book right now.
Okay.
But if I were to convince you to read a book, I think it would be Normal People by Sally Rooney. It explains how you can go from friends to, lovers, but also being back to friends. It's just how 20s work, basically.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, come on over.
I have 11 minutes on my train, so I was intrigued.
Yeah, man. What's your name?
Tristan.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ian.
Nice to meet you, Ian. Oh crap. I probably should have came prepared, actually. I'd say, I know it's kind of basic, but The Maze Runner was probably
Maze
my
Runner?
favorite. Have you read those?
I have not.
So I guess I really do have to convince you. I don't cry a lot when it comes to anything, but these books genuinely made me shed a tear.
Really?
They were so incredibly, even though the movies probably don't portray it as well, but the books, man, they heartbroken. Or Lord of the Flies, also kind of in the same category of
nice.
really good, really sad, makes you think. And Maze Runner doesn't really make you think, more Lord of the Flies.
I love it, man. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, thank you.
Yeah, have a great time.
What's your favorite book? I gotta know, actually.
My favorite book of all time is The Stand by Stephen King.
Oh, I just read Misery by Stephen King.
Oh,
that
man.
one was super good.
Was it not? It was amazing, yes.
It was really good, yeah. I tried reading it, a little too long for me. I'm realizing I don't have the attention span for that.
The Stand is about the same length as it, unfortunately.
Really? Oh, what's it about?
Well, a virus takes over the entire world. It kills about 99.8% of the population. And those who are left essentially make these communities where, the good people that just want to rebuild live together, and the bad people that want to kind of take over what's left stick around. And it ends up becoming the battle for good and evil. Gotta love the wholesome community of people that read. Convince me to read your favorite book, gentlemen. What you got?
It's a book called Swan Song.
By, Robert McCammon?
McCammon.
Dude,
You've read it.
That book is amazing.
You love it.
That book is amazing.
It's awesome.
Everyone needs to read that book.
Yeah. What's his name?
Robert McCammon.
Robert McCammon.
Yeah, dude. Swan Song. Thank
Love
you.
you.
Alrighty. What's your name?
I'm Dora.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ian.
Nice to meet you, Ian.
What you got?
So it's not so much of a book, but it's a manga. It's called Berserk. Have you read Berserk?
I see it everywhere.
You should definitely read it.
Okay.
I think it was made in the 90s, I want to say, early 90s.
Okay.
And it's about, I'll generalize it, it's about big angry dude fights small happy dude. That's pretty much what it is. It's a story about loyalty, betrayal, friendship, love, hatred. It's got everything in it, dude.
Love it.
It's just an emotional ride. I think it's a really interesting read, especially if you can appreciate art, like comic books and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's manga, but I know the word manga kind of throws people off. They don't really appreciate it.
Yeah.
But definitely worth the read. Even if you just want to look at the art style is really dope. And you can see the artist's art improves as time goes on. Which each edition of the book, his art gets a little bit better and better. And the story is just, everything just ties in together so well.
I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much. Convince me?
Yeah.
Come on over. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Jay.
I'm Ian.
Nice to meet you, Ian.
Nice to meet you.
Have you ever read Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk?
I have not.
Okay. Have you heard of the movie?
Yes, I've seen the movie.
Okay. So the book is a really good spin on it because in the movie it kind of takes all the aspects in it and turns it into sort of an anti-societal man pride book.
Oh, really?
But the original story was actually written by a gay man during the AIDS epidemic, and it's supposed to kind of talk about how masculinity is actually a damage to masculinity. And how it's not just society, but also the expectations for men.
Yeah.
And men who want to subvert those expectations that leads to the problems that they deal with. So it's not just the world around them, it's also how they interact with it and how they oppose it that causes the problems and make things worse.
Wow.
It's really good. It's really awesome. I would totally recommend it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. What you got for me?
I don't know if I have enough time because we do have a bus to catch. But
Bus to catch? It's fine.
yeah, but
It's fine.
I don't know. My favorite book is Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. And
Okay.
there's also a movie adaptation for it. Have you seen the movie?
I've not.
It's a sci-fi horror movie, and it's also a sci-fi horror book, but the book is a lot more personal about the main character's expedition through this really interesting biological area that has been changed by some supernatural or extraterrestrial force that they don't know anything about. And she goes into the thing and comes back completely changed. And I don't know how to convince people, but
it's a
good book, trust me.
You all convinced me, so that was amazing. Convinced me to read your favorite book? Maybe next time. Convince me to read your favorite book.
Read All the Light You Cannot See.
All the light, okay.
Pulitzer Prize winner. Fantastic.
Ooh, historical fiction.
Yes! Sorry.
Also, The Help.
Oh, The Help, yes.
The Help is so good.
You guys are into some good stuff.
Yeah, we know what's up.
Convince me to read your favorite book, gentlemen? I don't mean to brag, but I want to read some good books. I'm getting kind of hungry again. Convince me to read your favorite book?
Oh, I don't know how to read.
I don't believe that. I see you looking. Come on. What you got? Yes. I knew you looked like a reader. What's your name?
Victor.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ian.
Ian, nice to meet you too. Have you heard of Charles Eisenstein?
I've not.
Okay, I really like his book called The Ascent of Humanity. So that book is about kind of grappling with all of the perceived issues that we have in our society.
Okay.
And finding some kind of commonality of, okay, people are unhappy with war, there's suffering, but there's also abundance. How do we manage the way resources get distributed? How do we deal with certain perhaps spiritual deficiencies where we don't feel like we belong or we don't feel like we have dreams? And how does all this come together?
Yeah.
So the author tries to make a case that one of the roots of this dissatisfaction has to do with our sense of self. So how do we define ourselves? What are we? Like what is a human? What goes into the definition of who we are?
Yeah.
And so he's trying to make the case that we need to kind of nail down that definition, and from that we can kind of order everything else.
Beautiful. That was wonderful.
So,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, The Ascent of Humanity.
Convince me to read your favorite book. Convince me to read your favorite book? Yeah. What's your name?
My name's Sophie.
I'm Ian.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My favorite book is called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***, but it's a really good book. It's a lot about stoicism. It is more a self-help book, but it's more counterintuitive in a way to where it's just straight up to you and gives you good stories and great examples of how it actually applies to you. And there's little things that always stick out to me, and I highlighted a whole bunch of things.
Wonderful.
It's an awesome book. Highly recommend.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a wonderful day. Convince me to read your favorite book? All right. Thank you, gentlemen. I knew it happened eventually. Is this supposed to make that sound? Convince me to read your favorite book. Ooh, I see you thinking. What you got? What's your name?
I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
Favorite book?
Yeah?
Extreme Ownership, Jocko Willink.
No way. Okay, we read that for a book club.
Great book. Great thing about teaching me that I gotta own instead of make excuses. But you already read it, so I didn't convince you of anything.
Convince me to reread it, though.
Well, the look on your face when I said it, you convinced yourself.
He was like, oh crap, I'm gonna be on the YouTube video. That's right, you are. I get everyone in the end. Convince me to read your favorite book?
Untamed.
Untamed, all right.
Have you read that?
I've not. Who's it by?
Glennon Doyle.
Glennon Doyle. What's it about?
It's kind of geared at women, but it's also just an excellent book about being a person.
Yeah.
It's about the way that we've been kind of domesticated as people.
Okay.
And put into boxes and limits. Now we have to go back to our untamed version of ourselves. Some good stuff in there.
Thank you so much. Convince me to read your favorite book. Hey, officers, I got a question. So I'm going around Salt Lake City asking people to convince me to read their favorite books. Do you guys read?
Dark Tower series, Stephen King.
I love Stephen King. Love Stephen King. That's it?
It's not just one book.
Didn't have to
There's
convince you.
number four specifically.
Wizard and Glass has my heart. Yes!
You read The Stand then?
Yeah.
Oh, favorite book of all time.
Really?
Yep, The Stand.
Your favorite?
Yeah, well,
It's hard.
I think if I had to pick The Stand, it's probably my favorite book of all time. But this is weird because my favorite Stephen King book is It. I didn't know I'd run into Stephen King.
How about Without Remorse by what's his name? The Hunt for Red October. All the Tom Clancy. Without Remorse is great. It's like the I'm trying to think of the character's name that in all the Tom Clancy movies it's like the origin story of the Tom Clancy books without separate from the Hunt for Red October.
Okay.
So it starts out with like this Navy SEAL who has this horrible experience happen to him in his personal life, and then he goes out and he becomes a vigilante and all kinds of crazy cool stuff. So
dude, sweet.
It's right up there with The Stand for me. So.
Really? You know that this is a memory of somebody that you love. And it takes two characters to discover that there was a conspiracy and the government had some stuff to do with it, and they have to fix it before the world and time and space as we know it kind of just.
Right. I'll check it out. I'll put it on the list.
One of the main characters is a detective.
Boom!
There you go. You left that crucial part.
I mean, you had to find that out for yourself. You know the drill. Convince me to read your favorite books in the comment section.